In this video, I decided to do a little experiment. I wanted to do something unique and something that was never done before. Here is what I did. I took an old Samsung laptop I had and installed Windows 7 on it. I got all of the drivers for the computer installed with Snappy Driver Installer, and then after that, I put all the ISOs of Windows that were after Windows 7 in a folder on the computer. I also installed a program on it so you are able to mount ISOs on Windows 7 if needed. I then installed AnyDesk, a free remote access application, and let someone do something interesting on it. They can either keep it on Windows 7 or upgrade it to one of the versions of Windows from that folder. After deciding and doing what they wanted to do, they will customize the crap out of it and make it not even look like Windows. This way, I cannot tell which Windows the system is currently running anymore. The reason I did this is to show how customizable Windows really is and to take customizations to the next level. I did end up installing Windows 7 on another laptop later on and had another person do the exact same thing. This video will be showing around both laptops to all of you, and you can guess what Windows you think each one is down in the comments below. Now let's get on with the video. Before I show some of the customizations, I'm going to talk about some of the issues that were experienced. The first time this was attempted, the computer decided to do a feature update while they were setting it all up since they had picked an older Windows 10 version and did not stop the Windows Update service. I did end up rolling it back for no reason since I was just going to reinstall Windows 7 on it anyways. After the rollback had completed, I had the person connect and shut down the machine and then reinstalled Windows 7 on it the very next day with the Windows.old method so I could recover all of the ISOs without having to copy them again. I've told them that it's up to them if they wanted to do the same OS again or if they wanted to pick another one. I still don't know what it is running at the moment. The second time around, things went smoothly. However, when I was trying to record the video a week or two ago, the laptop decided to shut down on me since it overheated. You can see that in this clip here. Mouse pad is up. What? It just shut off on me. What? Excuse me? Did it just overheat? It probably overheated because I have my fan turned off for the video because the stinking thing's loud. I decided to scrap that video and to record a completely new one since it would be better to do a video during the day anyways. I will now show you the videos I had recorded today. So guys, I have the computer. I'm gonna show it to you guys in a second, but this is the Samsung laptop. This is like the second video I'm recording on it because last time it overheated when I tried to record this around a week ago. So I'm gonna show you guys in 3, 2, 1. Oh, look what we have there. This looks very customizable and you can't even tell what this is whatsoever. It's got this gears background here where you can see all these gears and it looks like the mouse cursor is different. It looks like a Mac OS cursor. It's got the time and date. It's got these things dripping down, which I really don't recommend because this computer overheats a lot. So I'm probably going to ask them to remove those because I have a feeling that's also slowing the system down, so I'm going to have them remove that. But I haven't used this in so long, but there's this menu, but obviously I can't open like Control Panel or Task Manager, and I wouldn't open the About because it might say something, and the App Grabber would show all the apps, and that could give something away. So I'm very limited in what I can do with this, unfortunately, but it's the only way to keep it without knowing. So I can't really do anything in there. If I go to programs, these are the programs that I have access to. They only added the programs I'm able to use. If I need to install something, I could ask them to install it maybe. But we have Firefox, we have Free Commander XE, which is like a file manager, Google Chrome, Krita, which is some art program where you can draw and stuff, VLC to play, I guess, videos and music, WPS Office stuff, and some PDF thing for it, which this is not a whole lot of things. So we have these programs, but I don't want to open them from there actually because they want us to use this. So I'm going to just open it from this. Well guys, I will just say this kind of got messed up because UAC popped up for some reason when I launched Firefox, which they were supposed to disable. So now I kind of know what it might be, but I'm not going to include that in the video for you guys because that was not supposed to happen. So I'm just going to cut that out. And I didn't see the whole thing, I just clicked the X. But I saw part of it. So that might have gave something away to me, unfortunately. But hopefully not entirely, but partially. So yeah, I guess that was a mistake they made. They didn't disable the UAC on the computer, and I don't even know why it's opening because when I did this before, it didn't open. So I don't know why it's opening. But we have Firefox, and we can go to like Google, which they also forgot to clear the history, but I went and cleared it in case anything revealed anything. I went and cleared all the history and stuff on the thing, so at least we got that. But now we're on Google, and you notice the font is actually different. Like, they changed the font on here. And there's YouTube. I'm not gonna play a video, but it's loading really slow. This computer is not handling this whatsoever. I have a feeling it's that background that's slowing the system down, and the fact that there's a hard drive in the computer, not an SSD. I'm gonna close the Firefox now. Yes, I want to close the tabs. And then we have the Explorer, which I'm gonna open. If it opens. I don't think it's opening. Hello? Guys, this is not going well. Oh god, it opened like... Okay. Look how many it opened because I kept clicking the button because I was impatient. But we're in the pictures folder, and we're also in the downloads folder as well, which I'm not really going to go in anything and explore because that could give things away. I really don't want to navigate through here, to be honest. I'd rather just use the computer for browsing the internet because you're less likely to see anything when you're just browsing the internet. However, I did see the stinking stupid UAC pop up, but oh well. I mean, nothing's perfect, nothing's gonna go perfectly when you're doing this, but yeah, that popped up when it shouldn't have, and that's kind of dumb, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess that just gives us notes if I ever want to try and do this again, make sure the UAC's off, because obviously this is the first time this was all done, so I mean there's expected to be some flaws, nothing's expected to be perfect. So basically there's that. So that's the Explorer. I'm not going to really do anything, and I need to go and close all of these. There's way too many. So there's that menu, but I'd rather not use that. I think they pinned them all anyways, but VLC is very interesting. So if I open VLC, it pops up this weird, like, command thing, and I don't know why this pops up. It's really bizarre. But besides that, this looks like Windows 7. Like, you can see the Windows 7-ish look icons, but I think that this is a skin, because they said they added a skin to VLC, because I said it looked like Media Player, which it does look like Media Player, but it's actually VLC, so this is actually a skin, and you can adjust the volume here, and I think, like, if I open a file, like, if I download something and open it, it would open in this. So I'm not going to, like, play anything, though. I'm just going to X that out. And the weird thing is when I do that, it goes up here. It's really weird. Now I can't X it out. But I believe if I X this out, it X's that out. So pretty much I close it with the command thing instead of the other thing. It's really weird. Like, I don't understand that at all. And then here's a fun one, which is Krita, this is actually what made the computer shut down in the first place. I guess this is one of the more, you know, resource-intensive applications. And yes, I do have my fan on in the background, which you may hear, but the reason for that is because I don't want the computer shutting down again, so we're gonna have to deal with the fan, because if the fan was off, it would most likely shut off, which is why it did last time. I didn't have any of the fans on. So we are going to make a new file. I'm just gonna create it with the default settings. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna say, hey. I'm not drawing, I'm just writing on the screen because look how laggy it is. See, it just shut off again. I literally think Krita makes the system shut off, so like I can't even use Krita without the system dying. You guys just saw it happen again. I'm gonna boot this computer back up and like I'm gonna push the button and close the lid so that I can't see what it's doing, and I'm gonna record again when it's back up. Alright, well, it booted back up, but my phone is starting to like lag and overheat because for some reason my phone overheats too. When I record for like 10 minutes, the phone just starts locking up and it's really annoying. I might start using my S9 to record again, I'm not entirely sure because my Pixel lags too bad. But I'm gonna ask them to remove this after this video, all this like stuff moving down. I think that's causing the GPU to be used, probably heating the system up. It's also probably the fact my door is closed, but I'm not going to open Krita. Let's open the next thing, which is WPS Office. And I'm going to have to stop the video soon because there's background noise again, and I can't have a ton of background noise. Let's make a document. So we're going to make a document, and we're just going to type something random. I can't really do a lot of things on this anyways, and plus I want to show the other computer, and I don't want to make this video like super long either. But I'm not going to guess on this computer, and the reason is because I want you guys to guess what you think it is, and because I saw some things I wasn't supposed to. I don't want to like say anything because it decided, hey, I'm gonna show things that you're not supposed to see. So, because of that, I can't really guess. Oh. So I typed, hi, this is a random Windows. I can type, wonder what it is, question mark. And I can make it bigger. I deleted the other one, I don't know why I did. But I'm going to get out of this. I'm not going to probably use this. They probably installed it because they didn't install actual Office on it. Because, I mean, what's the point of installing actual Office? I'm probably not going to use it anyways. This isn't a main system. This is just a mess around system, which I really should clean out because I feel like there's dust in it, and I feel like the thermal paste needs to be replaced because this computer even overheated before all of this in the past, but it's doing it a lot more now. And my door is closed, which is probably a lot of the reason too, and the fact it's summer. Because in the summer, this computer would do that. And now it says my phone's overheating, so I'm gonna have to stop the video. But they said not to go to Places because Places crashes it, so I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, that was this computer. There's a search up there, but I'm not gonna use that either. But my phone is lagging, it's overheating, I gotta stop the video now, and there's nothing else to really show. You guys can guess what the Samsung laptop is in the comments below, and now I'm gonna show you the Dell laptop. Alright guys, so I have the second computer here, and we are going to be taking a look at this. Now this is the Dell laptop that we also did this on, and this one was done by someone else, so some things are different about this one. So you could see that I don't know what like shell this is, but this is definitely some different shell, as you could see, and it looks like Ubuntu. I'm pretty sure that's an Ubuntu wallpaper actually. Mark me if I'm wrong on that, but it looks like it to me. And they said I can't open this menu, and I can't really touch any of this. The only thing I can touch in this corner. So the only thing I can touch in here is notes, which I had to clear because there was still stuff in there. So I'm gonna type. Oh, it messed up. It like I don't know why it did that. I was trying to type and it, like, I think it's because my hand was on the mouse pad. It likes to move the cursor around. I'm bad on one hand. Okay. So even if you like close this and you reopen it, it's still there, as you can see. It still says that. So I'm just gonna X out of that. So you could see we got some things up here like the battery, the RAM usage, SWP, probably swap, aka page file, probably on Windows. There's a volume thing I can adjust here, which is nice. So I don't have to open the Windows volume thing. It's got its own, which is definitely very useful because on the other one I don't click it in case it shows anything. And these buttons I don't push either, I don't think I've touched any of that, if I can. But the only things I can really use are notes up here and the things on the side. So we have Firefox, which, yeah, this is Firefox, and it's just normal Firefox. I can go to Google. And then it's Google. This computer seems to be going a lot faster than the other one because this one has an SSD in it, as the other one has a hard drive in it, which I put the computer over there. It's just sitting over there. And yeah, and you can see that the bar up here, it looks like Ubuntu, the theme that they put on here. So I'm gonna close that. Yes, I want to close all tabs. They put like a file manager on it, which this is the file manager. They changed all the icons on this. They even renamed some things. However, the fact that home group is there is a problem because some versions, like in one of the versions, it got removed. So they should have gotten rid of home group. So there's, I guess, a flaw there. With this one. As I've noticed flaws on both of the systems that give certain things away. It doesn't necessarily give it immediately away, but it sort of does when you see things like that. I believe this is the same file manager that the other person had actually used. And I guess it's like the only one that is able to be used, and there isn't a better one that looks completely different. Because I remember back then I used something called Clover, but it was very similar to Explorer, honestly. It basically used Explorer, but the icon was just different. So the thing with this is it doesn't actually show it running. It's like an icon, which is kind of weird. Oh, okay, Malwarebytes. No threats were found. I guess that's good. I guess we don't have any viruses on here, which is good. The mouse looks a little weird. I don't know if that's an Ubuntu mouse or what. I haven't used Ubuntu in like forever. But that's the file manager. I'm not gonna like go to anything. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I noticed the animation's like fading on this. I don't know if it's like meant to do that. It didn't do that on the other system, so I don't know what that's about. VLC, which doesn't have that Windows 7 skin that the other one had. This one has the actual like Ubuntu look, and it doesn't pop up that command thing. So I guess on this one they did, like, the person didn't do a skin, which I'm kind of glad they didn't do the skin, because the skin was like interfering and making that weird thing pop up. So yeah, that's VLC. Visual Studio Code. I don't know why this is on here. I'm not gonna code, but I mean, I guess I could if I wanted to, because there's a coding program on the system if I ever wanted to code. So I'm gonna X that out. There's Mozilla Thunderbird, which is like, I think, an email client. Yeah, it's an email client. I'm not gonna use it, so I'm just gonna close it. GIMP, which is for like editing pictures and stuff. which, I mean, I guess I can do something with this. I could probably make something with this. So this is like really interesting how all these modifications are here on both of the systems. Yeah, there are some things that could give things away on the systems. Like, they're not by near perfect. You guys might even notice things that I'm not noticing. But I will say you guys can leave comments below on what you think the Samsung is and what you think the Dell is. You can just leave one comment that says both on what you think both are. Now, you can basically do that. Even if it might give it away, if you find something that gives it away. I'm probably not going to read the comments for a couple days after the video goes up. Or what I might end up doing is I might just like have the video scheduled from like a week from now, or probably a couple days from the point that I get the video edited. I'll schedule the video so I'll get to use it before the video even goes up. Because I'm probably going to be using this for like both of them like for another week or two. But I'm gonna close this out. At least this computer doesn't overheat like the other one did. There's LibreOffice. The other one had WPS Office, but this one has LibreOffice. It's trying to recover something, but I'm gonna have it discard that. Because I don't even know. I guess they tried to do something on here, or they opened it. I'm not gonna open a file. Let's make a document. So I wrote, hey. I can make it bigger if I want. I like this scroll thing. It has like that Ubuntu look. It's like, looks nice. I like it. And I wrote, hey, but I'm gonna not save it. Now, I'm not gonna open iTunes because I don't see the point. Krita again. Wow, they put Krita on this one. I guess Krita is a good art program. Because this person also put Krita on it, but I did show them the other system, so they probably got the idea from that. So, let's make a new one. Hopefully Krita doesn't make this one shut off. I doubt it, because this computer does not have overheating issues, unlike the Samsung. But I'm not the best. I'm not really drawing, I'm more just writing something. I guess I can choose another color if I wanted to. Or that just changes like how the blue looks. I don't know how to change the color. I've never really used this program before. Oh, you just click on the wheel thing, I guess, and that's how you change it. And then you adjust this. I'll try and draw like a star, even though it's green. It's not the best looking star, because this would be a lot easier if you had like one of those drawing pads hooked up, which I do have one of those, but I have it put away at the moment, and I'm not going to pull it out because you need to install a driver and all that for it to work, and I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to close this, and no, I don't want to save. I don't know why this looks like Tor but says Firefox. I don't know if this is actually Tor. Yeah, it is Tor. I don't know why they put Tor on here. I mean, I guess it's a secure browser because it does have like a VPN and stuff, but I'm not going to use it. And obviously I don't go on the dark web or anything like that. I just don't think that's a good idea anyways, as there's some pretty bad stuff there from what I've heard, so I'm not even going to. And then we have Chrome. Oh. Of course they put that as the label. Hopefully this doesn't actually take us to any video. Nope, it just takes us straight to Chrome. And it's just normal. If I go to YouTube, it's just normal. And you could see there's YouTube here. So I like how Chrome looks. It has the like Ubuntu look, but it also has like Chrome. I think that looks pretty cool, honestly. And then we have obviously the trash. And then down here we still have like, looks like we have two desktops. Whatever shell they used. I'm going to ask them after this is over. I'm going to ask them what shell this is, or you guys can maybe leave a comment on what shell you think it is. Like if you've used it before and you recognize what it is, leave a comment, because I like this. It has 2 desktops. It looks like Ubuntu. They put things pinned, and I think honestly it doesn't look too bad. I think it's a pretty nice looking shell. You get all the stuff up here. It doesn't even look like Windows. To me, this literally looks like Linux. You can see there's still the tray over there with icons. So we have that. But in my opinion, I think this looks pretty cool. I like the look of it. I think it's a very interesting shell and how it has all that to offer. It's just, I can't go to everything. I'm guessing that's probably command prompt or something, which is a big no-no. Don't go there. It would probably give out the Windows version right away based on that. And these other menus like Sharp E, maybe that's the name of the shell. I wonder. Maybe that is the name. And the configure thing I can't go to. The only thing I can go up there is notes and to mess with the volume slider and to access these. So the difficult thing about doing this is that you're not able to go into everything. You're not able to access everything. There's some limits still, and I don't really like going into the file manager or any of that because I don't know if that's going to give anything away, if I'm going to notice anything there. Because like on Windows 10, as you know, they changed the File Explorer icon at one point, and on versions like 7 and 8, it obviously looks different. So it's just, you don't want to see the File Explorer icon because they're different across different versions of Windows. So at least on this one, they changed all the icons in there. I don't think on the other one all the icons were changed, but on this one the icons were changed. It appears that this person actually installed an icon pack. The other person did not. So I mean, I guess there's things to note, and maybe after this there's some things you can learn to improve it, to where if I ever want to do this again for fun on another computer of mine, it would probably be a lot harder to find out, or at least to get hints, because both computers have given me some hints. I was gonna try and guess what they are, like what each of them is, and great, my phone's overheating, we're gonna have to stop this, but I was gonna try to guess what both of them were, but because of all the hints that were pretty much given away, like, yeah, I don't know the exact version, but I know what it might be around. So I'm just not gonna say, and I'm gonna let you guys leave comments below. In my follow-up video though, I will say what I think it was, and then we will reveal it, and then I'll ask you guys if you think I should try this again in the future, or any other ideas of things I can do. But yeah, this pretty much shows how customizable Windows really is. Actually, I was going to do a voiceover. I decided not to do a voiceover because that's a lot of work, and I want to get this video done so I can get it edited and uploaded. I already have like the first part of it edited, but anyways, I'm going to just end the video here. And and leave a comment on what you think the Samsung is and what you think the Dell is. You guys can say your honest opinions. Even if something gave it away, you can still leave the comment anyways, because this video will probably go up a week after I'm using it anyways, so it's not like it matters. And I will go through the comments too, but I will say what my initial opinions were anyways before I get into that, because I already do have some thoughts that I will say in the next video, but I'll probably use this for like a week before and have more before you guys even comment or anything. So yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Before I end it though, I'll show you. You're probably wondering, well, the shutdowns are different in obviously 7, 8, and 10. How do you not see it when you shut the system down? What I do is I just close the lid on the laptop, and I might have shut it a little bit hard, but it should be fine. But the laptop will shut down. So we will watch the laptop shut off. You can see the light is lit there, and it should shut off. And yep, it just shut off. So that's how I shut the laptop off. And when I open it back up, it is indeed off. So anyways, I'll continue this video in a second part later on. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.